Okay, so with a hammer, my girly hammer, I got it off. Now, I don't know if you'll see this way. Focus. This one here, as you can see, is tight. It's a wonderful design. This here is tight against this, and you can't get a socket on it, and you don't want to damage the hole, even though it's flex. Right? You can get a socket on the bottom, but not here. So put some penetrating oil on them, break them loose, and we'll be right back. With this top one, you can't take it off because the hose is in the way. You gotta take the bolt out as far as you can, and then pry off the caliper. So you can kind of maneuver this, but you get your bolt out. Maybe not. What a fucking design. Alright. Now, usually you hang it up, but this one is okay for now. And I just want to show you another wonderful design here. You gotta see this guy. You see that that clip right here? Normally you would take this clip out, right? And then you can move your, holes out of the way. It gives you a little more room. Oh no. You take this clip out, this block is solid. It's solid. You can't move. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Why have a clip here if it's in a hole? If you can't take it out anyway, what's the clip holding it in for? It's just in a hole in a piece of steel. You know what I mean? Another Nissan wonder. So these are the old pads, and they're not too bad. I thought that I was needing brakes, but not really. Okay, that's that one. That's the inside. Usually one of them have a piece of metal that scrape as an indicator for changing your brakes. It's on the other side, and the one that is a little piece of metal that sticks out, that's the one that goes on the inside. But it was on the other side. I already did the other side until I realized I should make a video, I guess. But that's on the inside. These backing plates, this comes off. I'm going to put new ones on. I'll keep those though, because it's more than half the life left. I don't know why I thought I needed brakes. Maybe I put new ones on. Anyway guys, I'll take you in and we'll clean this up. What we're going to do is we're going to clean these up. There's grease that's you need to grease these because that's your glide pins. You need them to move in and out freely. I haven't got the boot. I'm going to take the bracket off. I'm not just changing the brake. I got to check the rotor. They've never been off. The drum, and I just want to take it off and have a look inside. But you clean those up there's a one here. I don't know if you can see that. Once I cleans it up, you will. There's a rubber sleeve, if you want to say, on the top of this one. That one goes to the bottom. That's your anti-rattle piece. So that goes on the bottom and your top. They're both the same other than the piece of rubber here, okay? This was 14 millimeter. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have a couple of these on hand. On the other side, the top one was stripped right to shit. So I, before the wife came out of town, I got her to pick me up one. So it's always nice to have a couple of these. What we're going to do is we're going to take the bracket off for the caliper. There's a bolt here and a bolt underneath it here. See it? Right where my finger is. So these two bolts. Put penetrating oil on them and we'll be right back. Guys, those 17 millimeter bolts that I showed you, keeping that bracket on, oh, they are on there, man. Oh crap, I got a bigger hammer. We'll try that. This one so far is a lot easier than the other one. I bet you there's a lip on that one too. Right around here. Some screw all grease. You can check your parking brake. You want a bit of drag on them, but you don't want a lot of drag. Like that, that's good. This here, the parking brake, is not going to let me take this off. So what we're going to do, if I can get this, the rubber bung out of here. Come on, oh yeah. Well, that's my friggin' look. Anyway, maybe you can see it there. You see that hole? Put it down 6 o'clock, and there's a little wheel in there with little stars on it. You know, starts, I guess you could say. Loosen your thing off. You're going to have to go down for loose. So, once I get out of my own way here. Starts a job, I should just kick myself in the head. Okay, there you are. I don't know if you can, I'll show you after, but you just get your screwdriver. It should come off. There There she be. Let's go inside. See it? Where are you? Anyway, there's a, you can see a star there. It does have a ridge on it, but not too bad. The ridge on the inside, the bottom. So yeah, okay. It's not too bad. So what I usually do is I'll go around and chip that off. As you can see in here, I'll clean this up in here as well with sandpaper. And right here, where it cools off the brake, you know, I'll put a small screwdriver in there and get all the rust out of here, because this goes right through to the other side. These are the bolts for the bracket, caliper bracket. I always, you know, and I had, well, it looks like there was anti-seize there, so, but I always clean these up, and I cleans up the glide pins, and so that's pretty simple. So you do that, and you get rid of right here. You got these clips, right? Where are you? Yeah, you guys can see that. So you got these clips. These aren't too bad, but I got new ones to put on. So you clean all that up, you know, wire brush it, get it all nice and clean as you can, right? For the new hardware, check the boots. If you got an old, like on the other side, I had a hole in one of my boots. There's no way, I'm not going to drive an hour and 10 minutes to town just and maybe they don't even have them where I live. But you can get this stuff, and it's pretty much, it turns like to rubber, contact cement. And I had a small hole in my boot there, and I just put that on there, and in no time it turns to rubber. So, you know, it can get you out of a pinch. So I'm going to clean this up, and we'll get back to it. You inspect the boot. This one's good. This one's good. Just, you can take them off as well. It's not too bad, but I fills it up with brake clean and scrubs it out, so it's very clean. And the other one is a little worse, but I don't know if it's coming up on camera. Watch your eyes, guys. But anyway, once you get this cleaned up, this is nice here. You know, it's only so good you can get it, right? On the new pads, I'll put a little bit here and smear it around on the top where it goes in, because it rides. Can you see this? This is the bottom, say, and this fits in there like that. Right? And it slides back and forth. That's the gist of it. I'm just gonna, I cleaned all this here with brake cleaner. I'm just gonna put a little anti-seize on here when I put the rotor on. And then I'll clean the rotor as well. And everything looks okay. A little anti-sneeze on there. And spread it around. You don't need a lot, but this stuff is not exactly cheap either, where I live anyways. Gonna have to move to Alberta or Nova Scotia. Seems like you guys get all the cheap stuff. You can put it on backwards if you want and clean it. What did I do with that rubber bung? That's that. So, after I spend 5 days looking for that rubber thing, I'll be back. Alright, so that's the proper amount of drag that you want on this, right? Make sure you got your bung in the bung hole. Alright. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to put this back on. It's pretty much, you know, reverse order. The torques for the bracket is 80 foot-pounds. That's the best that I could find. For the glide pins, it's 30 foot-pounds, but I go 40 for the glide pins and I go 80 for the bracket. Alright, we'll be back in a minute. That's 80 foot-pounds. Okay, now we have to put on the caliper, but first of all we have to push it in. So I got this kit. Maybe I'll do a review on this brake kit. I don't even remember where I got it, but you need this. There's different brakes. There's the ones, this kit will do pretty much all of it, where you gotta turn and screw the piston in. It does that too, but for this one it's just a straight piston, so you just put it in like that and it goes up against that lip. You put this in there. It's got a magnet on it for dirt, right? Now hopefully you can see this. I'll tip it up a bit. Careful with your line. Trying to not kink it. Right? Nothing's going on. Stay. So you put this in there like that. You screw this. Okay, now that piston, first of all, I guess I should have backed this off and check. There's no leaks for that piston, so It should be good. No, you just squeeze it in. Now, I know that I didn't had any brake fluid. You know, sometimes people had brake fluid because their pads are low, but they don't think about that. They just think, oh, brake fluid is low, and they had it. Well, when you get the new pads put on, the chances are it's going to pop that cover right off if you screw in your pistons, because there's not enough room. But this piston is going in very easily too. Alright. But just be mindful of that. If you're dealing your own vehicle, then you know all that, because you'll know that if you added fluid or not. So the piston is all the way in. It's a little dirty, but the rubber is okay. Inside is alright. I usually put a little grease around it. Put some grease around the hole. Like that. It just helps on the back of your pads, and I put some on the pads as well, the backing. So now I have these Pro Max.
The best quality, I don't know.